Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. Here bringing you another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. I'm looking to see what we can do with the Amulet of Vigor package from Amulet Titan, but with dinosaurs. We have the Explorer, we have a Saga to get the... Man, okay, this is interesting. So this is the kind of hand that I think traditionally in Magic I would mulligan. But with this deck, I think it's worth keeping given that we can get turn 3 the Vigor, Amulet of Vigor, play the Sanctuary into, even if that's all we do, right? Turn 3, end up with Amulet of Vigor, Explore, play a second land. I don't know, we'll see. This might not be, we'll see if it's a keepable hand. Looks like we're up against Hammer Time, maybe. Man, this deck can have some awkward running sometimes. Wayward Swordtooth. Number 3. That means we can play 3 additional land drops if we get all 3 of them out. What we really want to hit off this on our next draw is an untapped red or green source. Untapped red or green source, please, deck. Do it. Or just an Amulet of Vigor. Also would be acceptable. Okay, so our opponent has done nothing. We have done nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're at 8. We don't have the... Oh, man. We really need another land. That's all there is to it. We're probably going to have to discard, to be honest. We could just run out this Sanctuary to untap with it, and next turn play Urza Saga and Wayward Swordtooth. Maybe we do that. I mean, we're really... Is that... The whole point was to get the... But we don't have another land. Alright, we're going to run this out. Sad face. Return the Saga. I don't know if... this is me learning the deck. That's all it is. Me learning the deck. I mean, if our opponent had done anything, we have to discard. Alright, so we're going to discard a Wayward Swordtooth. If our opponent had done anything, I might have stuck to our original plan of going to get the Amulet of Vigor, but they were stuck on mana, it looked like, and now they're not. Yep. Probably go get the Cauldra. So if we drew an Amulet of Vigor, that would be, unsurprisingly, our best draw. Now they're going to cast the hammer and put it on the Stoneforge, I imagine. They had a bit of setup themselves. They kept a good hand and needed to hit a land. Our first hand was pretty... Oh, that was... Okay, so we hit another Urza Saga. See if we can hit a Amulet of Vigor. We do not. Yeah, I think we're just dead though, right? What did they? They went to get the hammer. So next turn, we still don't have the red mana is the thing. Next turn we can explore again and end up having a chump block. Oh, another hammer. Or we just died of 2 hammers. Alright. GG's. So we have the Force of Vigor for that. Feels like Storm's Wrath could be good. However, I mean, being on the play, we want to as fast a start as possible, probably. Maybe go down a Cavern. Alright, run it like that. See if we can get a game against Hammer Time. That's what the Force of Vigors are there for. Yeah, I'm sure I'm making mistakes in my decisions to keep and how to play certain lands, and that's just part of the process of learning. So we have the Force of Vigor. We have something to pitch to it, but we don't have the Amulet or any way of finding it. We have, again, these awkward bounce lands, no way to play an additional land. This I think we can keep. Put that on the bottom. So I'm not sure we really, okay, well, never know. I'm just going to play it the way I think, based on this hand, we want to get to the One Ring as fast as possible to start drawing more answers or threats. So that's why I'm going to play this on turn 1, even though we really want to save it for when we can go off with an Amulet of Vigor out. But since we don't have it, and we would like to ramp into the One Ring, next turn, depending on what we draw, obviously, we could either play a 3-drop if we draw it, or we can play this Belligerent Yearling and hopefully see a land off the top. Alright, there's our land. So that means we will get to the One Ring. Opponent's reading this card. The never before played in Modern Belligerent Yearling All-Star. Modern All-Star. Alright, well, there you go, Esper Sentinel. We don't play any. No, we play plenty of non-creature spells. We don't play that many compared to a lot of decks, though. So let's see what our opponent does. It's possible that, depending on what we draw, we'll save the One Ring to protect ourselves against a big attack from them. What would we draw to stop us from playing the One Ring? Pugnacious Hammerskull, perhaps? Wayward Swordtooth would be a good one. Yeah, right now we're missing a lot of our pieces. So I think the One Ring is going to be our play to help draw us into those pieces. We need bounce lands, Amulet of Vigors, and finishers. Another Esper Sentinel to draw all the cards. There's a bounce land. So we did want that bounce land. And I don't think they'll trade here, but we'll give them the option. I don't really want to draw them 2 cards. But the alternative is just advancing our board by playing a Gruul Turf, bouncing a land. Surge of Salvation. You and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. Prevent all damage that black and red sources would deal to creatures you control. So now they're going to double block. Oh no, they can't double block, but they will prevent the damage. And no need to block, I don't think, right? You and permanents you control gain hex. Oh, okay. I see. So they do need to block to prevent the damage. Still take 2 though. So that was not exactly how I think they thought it would go. So if we play the Gruul Turf here, bounce a land, next turn we can at least pay for one of these for the One Ring, and hopefully, I don't know, I really am just, we probably want to save this Gruul Turf, to be honest. Alright, well, We're just gonna go out. We need the pieces. We're gonna draw them cards. It makes me sad, but we're gonna do it anyway. So we're gonna draw an extra card off of this, but they're gonna draw 2 extra cards off of this right away. Let's see what we hit. Alright, so we're getting our combo online. We are hitting the pieces we need, so that's a good thing. So if we do hit, let's say, an Amulet of Vigor next turn, we play that and we can get 5 mana. That's not going to be enough. But we're going to get a look at 3 cards. Oh, they're going to name the One Ring. Great. That's another reason I should have, again, I haven't played the One Ring very much, but so they're going to name the One Ring, and then we're going to be sad. But also, we knew that they had the Urza Saga. They normally get hammered with it, Colossus Hammer, but if we play the One Ring, they're incentivized to go get a Pithy Needle with it, which is a strategy within a strategy if we want to try to slow them down. But in reality, we just drew them 2 cards and drew 1 extra card. And perhaps even drew them into the Pithy Needle. So I don't know if that was the right play. The bounce land instead would have had us down to 5 mana next turn. And they get a 5/5 Construct. Pretty good. Still don't know. I mean, we still need an Amulet of Vigor and a way to make multiple land drops. That's what we need. So now we're just going to... There's the... Okay, now things are coming together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Things are coming together. But we need... Hold on a minute, I want to see... See how we can do this. So I think we're gonna play the Gruul Turf. Return a forest to our hand. Well, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still don't have the mana, but we're also missing white. So we need to make this a copy of something that produces a white mana. So we'll play that. Do we want to attack? I think we're gonna want to. I think we're just gonna want to go for. We really don't want to just trade. We want our next turn to get a 12/12 and make this into a 12/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would give us the City's Blessing and give us a 5/5/2. So that's, we really want to be able to hit for 2/12 with 2 12/12s next turn. So we're not going to attack. Now we're in a tough spot with the mana again. So we have the double green easy. We do not have the double white. So we can use this to make the Mycosynth Gardens into a white, into this Temple Garden at the end of our opponent's turn. But then that gives us 6 mana, not 7. So we won't be able to play the Galta unless we draw into a land. Which we have a pretty good percentage. 50%, 1 out of every 2 cards should be a land. What did they go for? Shadow Spear or Colossus Hammer? Or Ginger Brute? And the other is a Saga. Alright, I think what we're going to have to do The chances of drawing a land are greater than the chances of drawing a white source. So what we're going to do is turn this Mycosense Gardens into a Temple Garden at the end of our opponent's turn and just hope to hit an untapped land. If we hit an untapped land, I feel like we might be, well, maybe not winning next turn in a spot where our opponent will have to block with almost everything to stay alive. Galta would be a fine draw, just the normal Galta. Yes, please attack with your 7/7. I mean, they have this land that can give their creature, that they can give infect, but with the Colossus Hammer it loses flying, so this doesn't turn into a land. I'm totally referring. This just has a mana of any color. So depending on what we draw, okay. What we can do instead, it just becomes a copy. This is whenever it enters the battlefield. Yeah, so I think we just need to hit an untapped white source to have a chance here. I forgot that I'm totally misreading the card. This only copies artifacts. It doesn't copy lands. So we didn't misplay on the previous game. We can tap for a mana of any color, but that doesn't help us in the long run. So untapped white source, Urza Saga, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our 7th land, but we don't have the white source. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we might be a turn too late. We're missing the mana again. So maybe this Mycosense Gardens, I don't know, I just need to tweak the mana base. We do play a lot of colorless lands. What did they get? Cauldron complete. Alright, are we dead this turn? Probably. They have so many Karnstrucks, we're going to be forced to block. But what we can do is block with this. No, we can't block with the Wayward Swordtooth. So we're definitely in a position where, and we still don't even have the white source to cast the Galta and Maven next turn. We still need to draw the white source. So yeah, this is not shaping up. Our mana base is beginning to betray us a little bit. Beginning thinking with our finishers needing double white to increase the number of Temple Gardens perhaps. And just fetch lands. But Hammer Time's getting to put on a display. Yeah, I'm not even sure we get another turn, to be honest. If we block, then we're looking at, I mean, we have to block with the Belligerent Yearling, which means we can't win. So that's 26. They don't even need to attack with a Cauldron complete. So the One Ring getting shut down really hurt us. We were hoping to draw into some things. Casting it on turn 3 like that may have been a mistake. Look, this is where we would have loved to cast it as the last turn. But we wanted to, I mean, we weren't expecting a Pithy Needle. There's the Amulet of Vigor, right on time. Alright, well, another rough game, another clunky game, another game where we are learning more about the deck. The mana base is betraying us when we need double white and double green. Yeah, I mean, what's more there to say? We are struggling. We can't even get, there's nothing we can do but die. So, GG's to our opponent. And this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. I'll catch you on the next one. This has been another edition of Keeping Modern Janky with Johnny Cycles. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my website, cyclesgaming.com, for original Magic the Gathering content. You can read about my Commander decks or my Janky Modern brews. My latest article is about the Zombie Precon and its effect on Commander. I give you a couple different deck lists. If you're interested in a science fiction / fantasy novel, be sure to check out my book, The Podkind. I'm publishing it serially, a couple chapters every month. Again, thanks for watching. Check me out on YouTube, Johnny Cycles. Click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one.